Alright, good. Okay, Shalom Israel. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. You know, me and the brethren was talking, how, you know, right now, which, you know, this is the year of prophecy, is ending off with a big bang, man. You know, all types of prophecies is happening to where Babylon, or, you know, Babylon, or the daughter of Babylon, or the great whore, however you want to call it, which is America, all right, it's falling, man. These other nations America doesn't have that pomp as it once did, man. America doesn't have that strength, you know what I'm saying, as it once did, man. You know, that's why in the vision of Daniel it said what, that, you know, being that America is you know, partly or is the second leg of Rome, it's that part clay, man, because it doesn't have that strength as it once did, man. You know, you got something?
Yeah, Khan. This is Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
Right, to sit in the dust, all right, is a you know, a custom that, you know, that we would do in Israel, all right, as a custom of mourning, man. All right, and I was, you know, me and the brother were talking. I seen something on Press TV where Iran was saying that America has failed, all right, to I forgot what.
America failed its plans of pretty much dominating Iran.
Yeah.
You know, because it's been like this has been a plan for Iran was always in the crosshairs of America for the last 4 decades. But the leader of Iran came out boldly and proclaimed that U.S. has failed to invade this country. You know, they failed to impose their sanctions. You know, and whatever trade blocks and dealings with the other nations that Iran can do, and guess what? People are still buying oil from Iran to the point where they had to concede to 8 countries. I believe it was an article where the U.S. allows 8 countries to still purchase Iranian crude oil. Man, you know, you failed, America.
Right, your power's gone.
yeah. So it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." And virgin daughter of Babylon is America. Okay? Sit on the ground. There is no throne. You know? Because what? America used to be the number 1 greatest country in the whole world. I mean, to some extent it still is. You know? But hey, you know, you go over to Iran. Iran got some beautiful cities, man. You know? They all types of technology. Like I read an article looking into the city, things that you'll see in Iran that you won't see anywhere in the planet. People walking around with exotic animals. You know what I mean? Top of the line cars. Their police force drives like these sports cars, man. Like fucking Lamborghinis and shit, man. You know? These guys over here got these damn Fords, you know? Like,
Meanwhile, they can't even fucking fix a pothole over here in America.
So yeah, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind mill. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. All right,
because over there in the article we was going into, it was actually speaking about also how, you know, America's old tricks, like going into America's old tricks to where they would use like mind control, they would use blackmailing. But this guy, I believe the president, what was it, the Islamic Republic, something like that. I think it was the Islamic Republic, if I'm not mistaken. Over there in Iran, they were saying how, like I was saying, they were saying how America's trickery isn't working upon them anymore, man.
Right. Yeah, that's making the leg bare, because what the greatest power of America's secrecy, the greatest power of America, and especially like the Illuminati, all these rich elites, was the big power was in their secrecy. But now everything now Now you can't fool the very elect. Now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Awashai, brothers is being watchmen, man. We see everything Esau does, and we're uncovering. We're making bare the leg, you know. We're airing out all of Esau's dirty laundry, man, to the point where you can't even do anything anymore. Hey, you were saying before, like how Alex Jones was whistleblowing about the caravan, how even that's set up by the UN, man. Everything this devil does, it's always some kind of sleight of hand, order ab chaos, man.
Right.
You know?
And it's real tacky, man. It's real fucking tacky, man. Like the elders always go into in Dallas, man. Esau's lies is getting so fucking tacky. Even even Iran is seeing it, man. Even these other nations are seeing it, man. Esau's, hey, everybody's tired of your bullshit, man.
Hey, the mail bombs. It came out that when in order to scan a package through the post office, you have to have a particular stamp that proves that the post office even received it.
Right.
And a lot of those packages didn't even have a stamp. You know, you fucking devils. You know, you getting tacky and sloppy, man. It's pathetic. All right. Now thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. All right, tacky as hell, corny. Okay, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. All right, that's the point right there. You know, this tacky devil's being exposed, man. You know.
I got some. This is Isaiah chapter 14. I guess I can start at 9. It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth."
So, because this is your rulership, you know, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. So what? What? We're in hell, but you're in heaven. But guess what? Hell is gonna come up and meet you and come up to your level, man. You're gonna be dragged down into hell, symbolizing what Esau and Jacob coming out of the womb. You know. Jacob was holding on to that hill, meaning that we're going to bring you down, man. Bring you down to hell. Hell. Read that again.
This is hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming.
And that goes to show that hell is a condition, man. You know, hell meaning bad times. You devils are going to be catching a lot of hell, because once you're pulled out of power through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Awashai, you're going to be catching all types of hell, man. You know,
even his name, man. The world knows him as what? A white man. He's going to be known as an Edomite, man.
Yep.
All right. That's hell. That's hellish, man, because Esau don't want to take hold of that name, man.
Yep.
And right here it says the grave, man. All right. Or the grave, or a low land, or a pit, man. Which being an Edomite, that's a low. Hey, the scriptures even say, Obadiah, that Esau was least among the heathens, man. Yep. You know, so that's another part of hell of how that's another part of hell of how Esau is going to receive. How he call us the black people, he's gonna receive that name of of an Edomite, or in other words, he's gonna receive that name of a black person, man.
Hey man, Esau is the new nigga, man. You know, we're gonna be driving around, rolling around, be like nigger. Be like, hey there, nigger, how's it going, nigger? You know, you're gonna be the new niggers, man.
Right? And racial profiles come back in a big way in the kingdom, man.
Oh man,
you're gonna. Hey, Esau. I was watching the other brother Malcolm the other day. And they were saying how with this that Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, how even to this very day they still got hate crimes to where Jake is getting shot down like dogs in the streets, man. Yeah,
hey, we still on the low we still getting hung. You know who was that? The Black Party movement. Her son was found hung in a tree in her backyard, man. You know how you think that happened? And the police ruled it as a suicide. You think come on, man. You think that kid? You think Negroes, so-called Negroes, kill themselves, hang themselves on the tree? Get the fuck out of here, man.
It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations." You know, and it says, "All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?"
That's exactly what the Iranian prime minister said.
Right.
He was like, hey, this country isn't as strong as it was 40 years ago, man. You know? Hey, they can't just roll into Iran the way that they want to. They couldn't even roll into North Korea because they was afraid of the backlash of China and Russia. because if you invade North Korea, that's a foothold into China and into Russia.
Oh, yeah.
That's the real reason they want to do it, so that they can get a tactical, a strategic tactical advantage over those two countries for what? Ultimately, so they can get into Iran, but they can't do it because they're weak. The Lord is bringing down their power. They're breaking the teeth. You know how it says break the teeth?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
the teeth represents the military might. You know, now don't get me wrong. You know, they still the United States still got a powerful
Yeah.
fucking military, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can make stuff happen. Okay, but as far as going around and being the world's bully, they can't throw around their weight, so to speak, like they used to. You know?
It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. You know? Because, like a person that's bullying somebody is because they feel like they got something on them.
Mm-hmm.
But now if that person that's being bullied, you know what I'm saying, they understand that, no, I got something on you now. You know what I'm saying? You just like us.
Yep.
Really, you need us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how America has to go to these other smaller nations for oil now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, hey, you ain't so big, man.
Yep.
You know? Like they got to go to I believe, what is it, Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia and over there in Iran and Saudi Arabia, they're like the biggest import of oil.
Yep.
Now if they be like, you know what, because that's the only reason the American dollar is flourishing, because that's what they call it, the petrodollar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if they be like, you know what, we not no longer accepting dollars for oil, man. We're gonna accept gold or the yuan. Then what? America's weak now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the world sees that and knows that because what? A big indicator of that was that Jamal Khashoggi dude that went down and got himself killed in Saudi Arabia, and everybody and a lot of people in the U.S. is calling for Trump to impose sanctions on Saudi Arabia. And guess what? They can't do it because they
Right.
need Saudi
Right,
Arabia.
exactly.
You know,
Exactly,
that
yeah.
shows America's weakness right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Hey, and they were talking about it. Like, Saudi Arabia, just talking was like, well, all right, if the U.S. imposed sanctions on us, then I guess we'll just sell oil in the ruble or in the
Right.
petro yuan, or we'll work with Iran. You know,
Right.
what would that do to the U.S. dollar, man? You know, all the countries see this. They see that America is weak. You know.
It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. And that's funny you said that, because if you just look at Trump. Trump is known for making stupid decisions, man. But he had to think about that. Like, let me fall back.
Hey, man, we're doing weapons deals. So hey, who's gonna buy our weapons if I impose sanctions on Saudi Arabia?
Mm-hmm.
You know, who am I gonna buy oil from?
Exactly. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials.
Yep.
The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's talking about the infrastructure of this place.
Mm.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
And like you mentioned before, that iron mixed with the miry clay, the clay it crumbles. It gets weak over time. The infrastructure of this place is falling apart. Like you said, here it is. All these other countries got these beautiful cities. Dubai, Iran is a beautiful country, yo. If you look at it, right? But now you come over here, you can look at all this shit, man. Over here, potholes, everything's falling apart. The bridges. Look at the bridges. Take a good look at the bridges of New York City, man. You know, it's a wonder, and it's a shock that they haven't already collapsed already, man.
Right.
You know,
Right? Look at the sky. Look at the waters, man. You know, you can't even see it. You go to the beach, you can't even see. You know what I'm saying? Where your hand is in the water, man. You know, whereas like you said, these other countries, man, the water's beautiful, man. You go over to Dubai. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Yeah, and Lucifer, the illuminated ones. The illuminated. Hey, truly, the men of great millstones, starting from the apostles on down, are the true Luciferians. We're the true light bearers. But in this wicked world, the Luciferians are these rich elites. You're the ones. You're the rulers of this land. But what? You were brought down, man. Like I said, the biggest power that they have is their secrecy. But now, everything that they do, everybody's yelling a false flag. Everybody's blowing a whistle on it. Your power is being taken away from you.
It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, which that's also what Esau is pushing now, is for the Space Force.
Mm-hmm.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Mm.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Yep.
You know, like they say in the world, man. You try to bite off more than you could chew.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. They're planning on bringing like the Georgia Guidestones. We always bring this out. The Georgia Guidestones says on there that they want to bring the population down to 500 million. All right. Well, there's 7 billion people on the planet, so I mean, a lot of people got to die. So what? They're pushing. They want this nuclear war. That's why they pulled out of that
the IMF.
The IMF deal. You know. So what? They could build more missiles and get ready and gear up for prophecy. Pretty much that road to 200 million missiles, man. You know, they gotta build all that nuclear arsenal up. And what their plan is, they're gonna go underneath in these mega bunkers that are like the size of palaces and mansions and shit like that. And after all the dust clears and the smoke settles, they're gonna go up and rule the earth again. But really, you're just gonna go up and go back and go into slavery.
Right.
You know.
Like another name for the Most High is what? The Ancient of Days, man. Because he has no beginning and no end.
Right.
All right. So that's what Esau wants to be like. He's making it seem like he's not gonna have no ending, man.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, when we just talking about the statue in the Book of Daniels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, going into the different nations, but guess what? All of them had an end. That's why you can go on Google and read about their history. How did they start? How did they fall?
Right.
Well, America's on its way out, man.
That's it. Every country had an end. Every country thought that they was going to rule forever, but they ultimately had an end. Every country had their portion, just like the brother said. That's right.
It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
This dude?
Right.
Yeah.
That did shake kingdoms.
Yep. It's gonna be a sight to see too. You're gonna see this week because Esau's not gonna be allowed to shave, at least on my land. So he's gonna bring back that old caveman from the Geico commercials. He's gonna be like, yo, you gonna look at this dude. He's gonna be all hungry. His ribs is gonna be showing and shit. He'll be like, yo, is this the man that caused the earth to quake? We're gonna be laughing at this dude, man.
It says, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Because going into that statement that the Prime Minister of Iran said, in history, when you look into Cuba, for example, if you go into the Cuban Missile Crisis, the only reason that happened is because basically Cuba wouldn't play ball, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they tried to basically go in there, stage a coup, all right, and put their own puppet government in. And that's what they've been trying. Esau been doing the same thing, man, over and over again, man.
Over and over again. He's trying to do the same thing to Venezuela right now.
Yeah.
He's trying to do the same thing to Venezuela right now. Maduro. The President Maduro. They're in there telling him that he needs to step down when his own people elected him fair and square.
Right.
You know that goes into Habakkuk the 2nd chapter with this devil. Neither keepeth at home, man. Who the hell are you to tell Venezuela who they should elect? You know.
Right.
And now because what they don't they had a crisis going on, but right now they're actually they're doing deals with China. They're trying to get their own currency with real wealth behind it because they're a major oil distribution company as well, a country as well. All right, but now because what they're not going to America because America's going to do the same thing. It's going to move in, get a puppet government, and bleed them dry, like he did all these other nations. And America's mad that they're not playing ball with them, you know.
And when you go, I was just watching something. That's what you said. I was watching something this morning to where Trump wants to put more sanctions on Venezuela because Venezuela and Cuba are now doing deals to where if Venezuela would give Cuba oil, Cuba would in turn send more doctors and stuff to help the poor over there in Venezuela. And then you had it to where Venezuela they're going to change their currency over. You know what I'm saying? I believe they're going to start doing deals in like gold and stuff like that.
Shit, that's funny. Michael Moore did a documentary about the health system in America, and they actually put people on the boat and went to Cuba and got medicine over there. So yeah, they got a lot of they got a lot of and it is dirt cheap. They go over there and get what they need for like 15 cents, bro. You know. Hey, America doesn't like that. America doesn't like it when they're not the ones in control,
right?
Bullying people around, so they impose their sanctions.
Exactly.
You know, Omar Gaddafi. Here it is. If these countries try to gain their own currency with a real wealth behind it, America's gonna seek to tear it down. Case in point, Iran. You know.
Yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why they was happy when what's the former leader of Cuba? What
the hell is his damn name? Yeah. He was in the Tony Montana movie. Yeah.
But they was probably happy when he died, man, because under his rule, it was basically a so-called communist party, man. So basically, where everybody ruled to where everybody, had a say-so on what was going on in the country, man. Yeah. I forgot this guy's name. Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro.
Under the Castro regime.
Yeah.
They didn't like that, man.
Yep.
Yep. And it says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Mm-hmm. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. So basically, Esau is gonna go from, riches to rags, man. We're gonna go from rags to riches.
That's it.
All right, that was it on that.
All right, Con, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. All right? And that's Iran to a T right there. Mm-hmm. That's Venezuela. That's North Korea. All these countries are saying, fuck you, America. All right? 40 years ago, they wouldn't dare speak a word against America, man. Because what? America would just roll up in there just like he did everybody else. But what? He can't do that now. All right? Hey, that's how you know stupid motherfuckers talking about the mark of the beast is an embargo and sanctions and shit like that, man. These other countries are still buying. They're still doing deals behind America's back. America imposed strict sanctions on North Korea, and to the point where even the EU and all the other people of their own of NATO voted against it and said, hey man, we need to buy oil from Iran. And America said, okay. All right, we'll allow these 8 countries to still buy crude oil. This devil. You ain't allowing nothing, man. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, exactly. No matter what you say. Because what? All these other nations that were weak are saying, I am strong, man. The Iranian general said, war with America, no problem. That's in the papers, man. He said that some time ago. He said that almost a year ago. These guys are ready for war. All right. Hey, Russia is a major superpower along with America, and these guys pulled out of the IMF, and it's like, all right, well, if you're gonna pull out of the IMF, then I guess we have to build more nukes too. So everybody's gearing up and getting ready for war, man. That's that Ezekiel, the 38th chapter,
Spirit,
he's gonna get that. Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen. Talking about Russia. Yep. Yeah, it's talking about Russia. Russia really all over the papers. Vladimir Putin is talking about, well, let's talk. Let's make a deal. Let's sit at the table and let's try to work something out. He's honestly trying to work stuff out. But what? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, because what? In Proverbs the 25th chapter, it tells you a king's heart is in the Lord, right? And Trump is the king of Babylon. So what? This dude is provoking Russia to do what they're ultimately going to have to do, and that's shoot nukes at this place. All right? All these
America is provoking these people to do it, you know. But ultimately, it's the Lord controlling them, you know.
Hey, when you go into the Cuban Missile Crisis, I was just looking into it this week, and right now, how you even have to where like when you go into history in the Cuban Missile Crisis, it actually started because America, they put their weapons over there in Italy and Sweden, and how you have it today to where they doing NATO and EU is actually doing drills over there in Russia's backyard, man. I believe over there in Sweden, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's right there.
You know, so we in them times, and Russia was saying because Trump pulled out the IMF, he was going to open up his facility that they used to have in Cuba. And you know, hey, that's right there next to America, man. That's no deal, man, to put some nukes over there, man.
Yeah.
So you know America's gonna see that as a threat.
Yep.
You know, but they've been threatening Russia this whole time, man.
Yeah. They've been provoking them. They just I read the article. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there was a big shipment of missiles that were carted over to Europe, and it was the biggest transfer of missiles ever since when they were like planning to like bomb like Yugoslavia or something like that in 1999. So you know they're getting ready they're getting ready, man. They're gearing up for war. That's an act of aggression, you know. Yeah. So here it is. Russia is heading in one direction, but the Lord's pulling them. You know, the hooks in the jaws, like how you have a fish going downstream, and what the hook catches the fish and pulls it in another direction, man. You know.
And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shield, all of them handling swords.
Yep, handling sword. And the modern day sword is the gun, a gun, tank, you know, and ultimately a nuclear missile, man, weapons of war.
It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. You know, Persia being the Iranians, Ethiopia, Libya, Africa, Gomer being it goes in it says verse 6, Gomer, which is Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
Hey, and we see the Bible is beautiful. You being Russia is a guard unto all these other nations. You know, hey, anything that's Russia backed, the Americans are hesitant to go into. Iran, you know, Syria, they were really, you know, they're testing the waters with these proxy wars. You know, shooting up little military bases and all this stuff. But really, they're kind of hesitant. You know. Because the smallest slip is gonna lead into a full blown war. Oh yeah. You know, it's just a powder keg over there, but that's in the scriptures talking about the valley of Jehoshaphat. Now I'm reading on in Joel chapter 3 verse 11. It says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord." Just like we're reading in Ezekiel 38th chapter. All right. It says, "Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." And that's exactly that area. Syria, Iran, Israel, that whole area is the valley of Jehoshaphat, right there in the Middle East. You know?
That's why how we know that, because when you go into Revelation 7, let me just grab it. Revelation 7. It says Revelation 7:1, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth." Let me see. Bear with me, saying, "I heard not the earth."
It shows Revelation 7.
How the angels were going to be at the river of damn fuck. You got a precept?
Yeah, kind of. All right, yeah, you find that. But all these other nations, man. Let me grab this in let me keep reading this in Joel. It says verse 13, it says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for For the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. It says, multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. All right. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right. So what, Esau's rulership and all these other nations are going to be put to an end, man. And all these other nations that think they got next, Russia, China, they all think that they got next. But according to the prophecies, the children of Israel, what's that, 2nd Ezra 6th chapter, it says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. All right. And what? You can't mess with the Lord's prophecy, because what? We know that the prophecies that have yet to come to pass are going to come to the pass because the prophecies that came to pass in the past before, the raising up of Babylon and the destruction of it, the raising up of the Medo-Persian Empire and the destruction of it, the raising up of the Greek Empire and the destruction of it, and the Roman Empire, and so on and so forth. This is all prophesied before it came to pass. Okay, it was all written in this book. That's how we know the words in the scriptures are faithful and true, man. And the brother's looking for the scripture talking about the river Euphrates.
Time.
Yeah. The river Euphrates, the Lord had it through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that to this day, in a modern day map in 2018, you still have the river Euphrates there to identify it. Now with all the name changing, because Esau, he changes the names of everything. He changes it to bring confusion and to disprove the Bible and things like that, and to basically bring confusion. But what the Lord had it so that the river Euphrates still exists to this very day, so we can identify these things in the scriptures, man. You still need to find it?
Nah, it is what it is.
You got a
Can't remember what it's at. Yeah, this is Isaiah 42 and verse 8. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Behold, the former things come to pass, and new things do I declare. All right, so the things I told you before, they came to pass, and new things he's telling you. World War III. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them through his men, through us, man. So hey, we the men of the Lord, we the prophets, man. Not boasting or bragging, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
The prophets, as is written of in Jeremiah 28, it said they would speak of a downfall of kingdoms, man. Wars and so on and so forth, man. All right. That was it on that. You had something else?
Yeah, I found it for you. This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 14. It says, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. All right. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year to slay the third part of men. And third part of men is talking about this the sons of the wicked.
Right.
All right. And that's Esau, man. All right. But yeah, they were bound to the great river Euphrates. That's over there in the Middle East, the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, the valley of decision, man. That's where the Lord is going to make a great slaughter. All right, where in the scriptures it says that's where they was afraid and yet there's fight. Because the Lord is going to come down with those chariots, those so-called UFOs, man.
Hey, this is Revelation 7 and 2, and I saw another angel descending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, the same 4 angels, written up in Revelation 9, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the eyes, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
And that's why this work is such a great important task, man. That's our spiritual powers there, man. We're out here teaching the word, sealing the hopeful elect, bringing the coming destruction, man. The destruction won't come unless we speak about it, man. That's spiritual power, man. So what we're here, we're exercising the spiritual power that the Lord gave us now, and in hopes later on when the Lord comes back, where he puts the spirit of us being fishermen and turns us into hunters, where we have spiritual powers to the point where we're like Super Saiyans, man. Glowing and shit. Flying, doing all kinds of marvelous works, man. You want to say something?
Yeah, like the brother was saying, man. That's the spirit you said. I was gonna actually say that, it's beautiful, man. When you see us doing videos and doing epistles, man, hey, we that sign, man. We about to go out to Kent, man. We the sign, man.
Yeah.
You know, before things happen, like Yahweh just said, man, before come to pass, I'll tell you of it, man.
Yep.
You know, so we that sign. About to wrap it up.
Come on.
We that sign, man, and yeah, man. Hey, take heed, man, to the elect out there, which we do this for, man. The elect of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Yep. Hey, these things are coming to pass, you know, and really, you just gotta take heed. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, your redemption is nigh, man. No more being slaves. All right, no more having to take the L, as Jake like to say. You know what I'm saying? No more, you know what I'm saying, going without. And really, no more being subject to sin, man. You know?
Come on. Got it.
Oh, yeah, man. So we almost out of here. The destruction is nigh. This is the year of prophecy, so we prophesying. As we see, prophecies are coming to pass, man. So stay tuned. Hey, with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom to the elect.